What are smart binoculars? Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Parle Innovation is CEO Mary Shulenberger. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Fred. How you doing?
Great. Well, you've created the eyeVue immersive smart binoculars. Let's zoom in on what these are all about and how they work. Give us the overview.
Sure. So the eyeVue's designed to use with your smartphone. We have advanced optics that magnify the phone screen. So when you're using it, you're seeing what your smartphone camera sees. So you just slip it in like that. You pair it, of course, and you just slip it in like that. We have a proprietary touchpad on top that maps to an app that we designed so that you're able to control your smartphone camera functions pretty simply. You just zoom in, zoom out, take photos, videos. You could be taking videos and, while you're zooming in and zooming out of whatever it is that you're trying to capture. The eyeVue is designed so it's really easy to take your phone out. We get asked a lot, Mary, what happens if I get a phone call while I'm recording or doing something? Well, if it's something really important that you're recording, you want to turn off your phone calls and so forth. But if you needed to take a call, it comes out in a second. It's really easy. And then you get out of the app by just touching the screen. But basically, you're seeing what your camera sees.
So, Mary, how did this come about? What's the backstory here?
Well, it's an interesting backstory. My husband is a mechanical and optical engineer, and just a profound inventor in general. He's always thinking of new things. And back when our daughter was in competitive dance, we would take videos. And in those days, it was with the camcorder. Some of you, your listeners may remember that. We had these big, awkward camcorders, but we used them all the time. And in order to use those to kind of capture what's going on, you're kind of missing the moment because you're using one eye. Well, he wanted to make video binoculars, being an optical engineer, and so at the time it would have cost a couple of $1,000 to make, and we figured as a consumer product it would be way too expensive when camcorders were coming down in price. So it's one of those kinds of inventions that he shelved until the technology caught up. And then when smartphones started coming out with cameras that got better, that's when we thought this is the opportunity. We talked to lots of folks around the country that were using their phones as their go-to camera, point and shoot. It totally replaced, the cameras. And so with that, people hold their phones out at arm's length and they miss what they're seeing because they're looking at their phone. They're looking at the event on the back of their phones. And with the eyeVue, we knew this would be a really big and good opportunity to design something that kind of solves that problem where you could be in the moment while you're zooming in. What we found out was sports fans love this because if you've ever been at a large stadium or arena, a lot of times, most of us are so far away, you barely see anything. And with the eyeVue, you're able to literally zoom in on the action and see what's going on in the play. Some sports fans have called it like your own personal jumbotron, because otherwise you are just looking up at the jumbotron the whole time. So while we originally thought this would be a really great product for parents, there's a lot of other markets that we've, looked at. So, but
And nature lovers too. So tell me, with this is using the phone. So are there certain phones that this is going to work really well with and others not so much?
Well, we designed it a few years ago to be compatible with, say, the iPhone 7, all the iPhones from 7 on up. It's compatible with the Androids. We've found that just getting the latest versions of the phones, the Samsungs as well as the Google Pixels and so forth, we're not supporting some of those like LGs, so it wouldn't work well with those, and they're not even supporting those phones anymore. So it does work with the majority of Androids, which is Samsung and the Google Pixels. The app is constantly being updated to work with all the latest operating systems. With the iPhones now having a telephoto camera on the latest iPhone 13, and I know the 14 is going to even have a more powerful one. As people are upgrading their phones, our product just gets better and better. So it's going to work much better with a phone that is of the latest models. Just
Sure.
to say, because again, it's the eyeVue is designed to take advantage and leverage your smartphone camera. So the
And
earlier
you are magnifying on top of that. To what extent?
yeah.
What should people know?
So we have these advanced optics that magnify the phone screen.
And that is what you're capturing, either still or video.
Well, that's what you get to look. That's the viewing part that a lot of people, until they use it, they don't really understand that what we're doing is enhancing your viewing of whatever event that you're at. So binoculars were made to follow your pupils primarily, and they haven't really changed a whole lot in terms of the functionality of the optics. Yes, there's better and better optics and so forth, but if you look away with binoculars, you always have to adjust them again. So even if you're not moving your head, with the eyeVue, you're seeing everything in high definition because it's magnifying your phone screen of whatever the camera's seeing. So some people are okay doing this status quo, holding their phones out at arm's length, capturing something. But this allows them to actually be in the moment, whatever it is they're capturing, to see everything more clearly. So if you think about parents that have a kid in a special play or graduation or anything like that, where they are able to view and capture and see very clearly, they can zoom all the way in up to the front of the stage, and it's
and are they able to, I guess my point is, are they able to capture that perspective, or is it what just what the phone would have captured? Is your app
our app
capturing the zoomed in view?
Our app allows the user to zoom in by a few X's, but then it's pixelized, so it just depends on what camera you're using. So if you're using a 13, it will always take advantage of the better camera. Our app is smart about that. It knows
What to use.
What to use. Yeah.
Can this be paired with more than one phone in a household, or when you paired it, you're going to keep using that same phone?
Sure, sure. Yeah. Once you log out, another phone, another family member can pair it with their phone. It will remember yours though, which is great. You know, it's so that you don't have to go through the whole pairing process, especially for Android users. iPhones are pretty fast and easy to pair it. But with Android, you just have to do a couple extra steps in pairing. But I think most Android users are kind of used to that. So
You paid a lot of attention here to, as you were saying, the design to make it easy to use and comfort as well. Tell me about that.
sure, we spent a lot of time working with beta testers and people out in the field. We had several pre-production units that we had out in the fields, and we listened to what customers wanted, and we kept it very lightweight and ergonomic so that you're just holding it like this with the palms of your hands. It's very light. It's less than your phone, the weight of your phone, and you're able to use your fingers like this because your fingers are naturally up on top anyway. So this is where the touchpad is.
And you're able to control also when it records or it snaps a photo.
Yes. Yeah. You in the app, you just hover over and highlight. You could see as you're looking through, you highlight your whatever functions that you're trying to do. And with photos, a lot of people don't realize, but it makes it so easy to be able to snap photos while you're recording. So, because a lot of times people are recording and they don't realize they could just take a quick picture as well. So with the eyeVue, we made that very simple so that all you have to do is keep your finger hovered over the camera, and you just lift your finger and you take a picture every time you lift your finger up. And that's all being saved onto your phone's camera gallery. And we are also building out a cloud so that we'd be able to offer that service where it could just be uploaded to our cloud service or whichever cloud service the user wants to use.
Very interesting. And what else is on the drawing board? What can we look forward to?
Well, we are wanting to build in some AR and AI features. Imagine, for example, if, again, going with the sports fans, because they've told us they would love this, when you're at a game, you are always having to look up at the Jumbotron to find out what the scores are, what's going on. So we want to bring in the AR live feed overlay of stats and scores in real time. And that's something that we know we can work with and do with the 5G network that's being deployed in all the major stadiums. Also, with how both Android with Google and Apple, they've both been working really hard on getting AR features in the phones. So we're going to be able to bring that in. So that's something that we're very much looking forward to being able to demonstrate and use. We've done some already, but not on a big scale. We're still a pretty early stage company.
So tell us about pricing and availability.
Yeah, so we are currently selling these online at eyeVuelive.com. And we have a limited supply, but they are available. We're kind of pre-launch right now. So anybody that gets them will get a full retail product, and they're $2.99 a piece.
Terrific. And again, it's eyeVue, E-Y-E-V-U-E. That's how it's spelled. And Mary Shulenberger, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you, Fred. Appreciate it.